evening, or maybe it's good morning, good day, good afternoon, maybe a few of you good night, but wherever you are, welcome. Welcome to Leading Ladies, Leaving Legacies. My name is Joy. I am Joy Ruffin, and I work as a leadership and style consultant, a signature style specialist, speaker, executive producer, TV host, and podcaster. But every Wednesday night, I bring to you a leading lady, and I'm always excited because I get excited meeting and connecting with all of these beautiful women that I meet all over the world. And you know, for me, it's always about truth, love, and beauty, family, relationships, community, because they're all intertwined. And tonight we're going to talk a lot about beauty. And along with that, we'll go the other elements. So all I want you to do is just be comfortable, whatever that is to you. Sit back and relax, because we're going to cover much more than beauty, because entailed with beauty are a lot of other elements, and we're going to cover them all. So if you can help me to welcome, I don't want to wait any longer, because I'm excited to share a lot of information with you, what this lady is all about. Help me to welcome our featured guest speaker tonight. Her name is Jeanette Deatherage. Hello, Jeanette, and welcome.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
Well, it's great to have you here because, as I said, I started off with truth, love, and beauty. And the point is that you're in the beauty business. But Jeanette, before we get to the beauty business, you were in, well, you could say it was a business somewhat. It was a service for the country. And I have lots of relatives who were in the service, and you were in the Air Force. And you spent a lot of time there, 3 years active and 7 in reserve. Tell us a little bit about what it was like in the Air Force before we get into the beauty business.
Well, I decided that it would be something to do out of high school, and I didn't know what I was going to get myself into. But the best part of it was after basic training, we went to technical school down in Mississippi, and that's where I met my husband. So that's really the best part of my military career. He served for 28 years. So it's just been a wonderful time that we were able to spend, both me as active duty and then as a military spouse. That was probably my favorite part.
Oh, I'm sure. And I've seen the picture. We're going to see a picture. Oh, no, we're not going to a little bit later, but I've seen a picture of your handsome husband. But you mentioned something there, Mississippi. Mississippi is a homeland for my mother's side of the family. Now, what part of Mississippi were you in? They're from Meridian, DeKalb. I don't know
We're
where
in
you were.
Biloxi, in South Mississippi, in Biloxi. That was where
I
we went
know,
to
I know
school.
exactly where that is. And then that's where you met your husband.
Yes, and we got married in 2 months.
Ah, what drew you? What took you? I heard high school, but what was a draw to get into the Air Force as opposed to the other branches of military service?
Well, when I was 4 years old, my brother came back from Vietnam, so that's what put the military into my heart. And
Yeah.
I had known a woman that she was the first female officer in the Air Force, and it just sounded to be the most attractive one. So even though my brother was Army, I decided to go Air Force.
How about that? Ah, I had an uncle who was in the Air Force, so I know in all different branches of the service. I think, Jeanette, those who get into the military service and serve are very special people. And I don't want you to put your tiara on, but that's a fact. That's been my finding thus far, with few exceptions. So then on to the beauty business. How did you get into the beauty business? Because we're going to be talking about a company that you're with that's so well known. But tell us how you mushroomed into the beauty business while in the service.
Well, I had my very first facial when I was 16, and I remembered that. And then when I was in the military, I realized that I wanted to, learn how to wear makeup because I didn't wear anything at all when I joined the military. So I wanted to go somewhere where they would teach me how to wear it. And I fell in love with the product. I fell in love with the company, and I decided that that's something that I wanted to do. And I did it very part-time for several years. And then I decided to go full-time with it. So it's just been a great journey to be able to have a balance in my life, because faith, family, career is what she taught us. And it makes a big difference when you put those priorities in that order.
Did I not start off with truth, love, and beauty, family, relationships, community? And under that, those 6 go, all different umbrellas. Faith would be one of them. But you also mentioned 2 other words you fell in love with, but you wanted to learn how to apply makeup. You wanted to learn how to do it artfully. And then you wanted to have, after you discovered a little bit more about it, and the business with someone that you had great admiration for. So tell us a little bit about this person, because we all know the name more or less. I never assume anything, but the person and the company that you're still with, that's still going strong, is who?
Mary Kay Ash. with Mary Kay Cosmetics. It was
Yes.
in 1963, so it's been around for 60 years.
Ah, and one of the things that you sent me, Jeanette, that I love, because one of the things I know for sure with certainty and conviction is that no matter what you're doing and what type of business it is, it's about building a team because none of us do anything alone. I don't care how gifted, great, and all the other adjectives that you can use. So you spoke about building a team and finding quality women who wanted to have a business. And the most rewarding part of that was developing your team. So share
Yeah.
with us a little bit about that.
Well, it's a journey, and some people, they come from all walks of life. And like I said, I came from the military, so I did attract a lot of military spouses because of what I did. And we moved all over the world, so I was able to meet women all over the world. And it's that relationship that you build with somebody, and you know that you want to do life with them, and that's how you build a team, when you really meet people that love the product and you develop that relationship, because it's all about relationships.
It is about relationships. One of my standing comments that I make any and every time that I speak anywhere, it's about family, relationships, and community. And under those three go a lot of different umbrellas that are attached to it. And you mentioned faith and your belief and all of that, which is important. But the thing that I like most that you said, I like it all, but you said you travel all over the world because no one loves to travel more than I do. And hubby and I used to do that an awful lot, not as much anymore. But you said you met women all over the world. What are some of Jeanette, this is a good question for you. What are some of the, maybe I started to say vast differences that you met and you saw and you were aware of with women around the world when it comes to wearing and applying makeup?
Well, in some countries they don't wear makeup, but we were in Japan, and even though I say all over the world, that was on the other side of the world. We were in
Yeah.
Okinawa in the beginning, and then his last assignment was in Tokyo, which was Dakota Air Base. So it was just, even though we traveled, but being assigned in the Japanese area was really a lot of fun. And even if they didn't wear makeup, I was there just to have fun and meet other people.
Well, Japan is one of my favorite countries. It was on my bucket list, and we have been there. And Japan is a fascinating country. And I was always mesmerized by it because for some reason, I know now, but I'm not going there. The samurai culture and the loyalty and all of that stuff, loyalty, truth, and beauty. I started off with truth, love, and beauty. It's very connected to my DNA. So what did you find? I heard what you said about some of the countries, the women don't wear makeup. We pretty much all know that. But what about Japan? You were stationed there for quite a while. What about the Japanese women that you found as far as makeup because they're really known for excellent skincare, right?
Yes.
That culture.
Well, I didn't go off base all that much, but I did help some women with their English skills. So we would actually socialize, and that's how they learn their English skills. So I went back and forth. I actually commuted back and forth, if you can believe it. That's a long commute. But it was great to meet other women too.
Jeanette, I missed something. You commuted back and forth from where? From
Like Oklahoma to Japan. My husband was assigned there, and I actually had a home still in the United States, so I would travel back and forth between the two countries.
That was a long ride, then, wasn't it? A long airplane ride. So how often
Yes.
did you do that? Once or twice a year, or
every few months we would go back and forth, and it was the right thing to do. It just made sense for us. And I surely had a lot of airline miles back then.
I bet you did. I know that flight for us to Japan. Oh my God. I thought, will we ever get off this plane? But that's okay. When we got there, it was well worth it. But tell me, the beauty business and Mary Kay, it's been around forever. Most everyone is familiar with the name, yay or nay, whatever the concept might be. And I heard what you said about business and family, faith, relationships, and all of that. But what is it in particular? Did you start with Mary Kay? I should ask you. Now I know, but I'm asking these questions for the audience. Did you start your beauty business with Mary Kay, or did you sample a few others before you landed with Mary Kay?
No, I knew that was where I wanted to be. I had read her autobiography, and when you really learn about this woman who started the business after she retired, and she realized she was going to write a book, And after she got into writing the book, she realized that she had a company right there in front of her. So after retiring, she opened up her own business. So that was just, I knew her story for a long, long, long time because I had my first facial as a teenager. And I knew
Yeah.
that was where I wanted to be, with women who really served other women.
Well, Jeanette, she really was, and no one can deny this, whatever your mindset might be about her and her business, which has to be top of the world, really, in many ways. She was a female trailblazer. She was a
Yes.
pioneer in her day and very entrepreneurial, way before that word became so popular, which it
Mhm.
is today. So, and when you said you read her biography and you realized that this was what you want, this is a part of that community that you wanted to be a part of, I really get that, because her reputation pretty much even today is pretty well known everywhere. What are some of the products that you promote that are just easy to promote because they just do whatever they're purported to do for women all over the world?
Mostly the skincare. That's a basic for everyone to have good
Yeah.
skin. It doesn't matter how much lipstick and blush you wear, you have to have good skin first. So it's our skincare line. But another way to really have people attract to the company is start with the satin hands, because everyone washes their hands so much. And when you have a 3-step system to make your hands feel better, that's a way that we got into then showing them, well, let's try it on your face also. We have the skincare for the face, and then we have the satin hands for hands and feet. So, and we have many other products, but those are the 2 lines that I really like to introduce people to the company.
Well, we're going to talk about that a little bit later. But Jeanette, what I really like, because I'm a wordsmith in my small fashion, I love words, never to impress, but to express. I love the title that you gave this cream, or they did, or she did, or whoever, satin, because satin hands, because the hands are almost can be the first to age, because we're in the water and we're doing all those things with the hands, and then the hair and other things. But I like that. And then did she go, because this I wasn't aware of, and it's good. I love learning. Did they start off with satin hands first, and then because that was so popular, go to satin face, or were they both more or less at the same time?
No, it started with well, actually, the story is that the women's hands look so good that she realized that if you try it on your face, that could make a big difference. So actually, this is way even before the company actually
Sure.
started the business, but to get the
Mhm.
formulation, they did have their hands were looking so good, they decide to use it on their face.
Well, I think that was very. I don't know if that was her. I so long ago. I even hate to say this. I remember reading her biography, but it's been years ago. I
Mhm.
don't really recall much of it anymore. There's so much going on up here, but I do know this for sure. The hands are one of the first signs to age. And
Mhm.
so if she came up, or they came up with this, let's get satin hands and let's keep them
Mhm.
smooth and they don't age as fast. And they saw how popular that was.
Mhm.
And then they decided to take it to the face. That was innovative in itself, because that
Yeah.
means that they had keen eyes and perceptions. And have you found, obviously, you found that in your work with the women that
Mhm.
you're working with? Yes, it's a very
Yes,
popular item. Well, then I must try
absolutely.
it.
Absolutely. It makes a great
I
gift
must
too.
have to try. Yeah,
Mhm.
very good. And the hands and the face, satin hands and face. Is there another? I remember you said earlier you had your first facial. So there must be, and the skincare is number one. So
Absolutely.
that is there a package that they present? We're going to talk about this a little bit later, that you
Mhm.
present when you're meeting with someone for the first time. You introduce them first to the facial skincare regime, and then you go to makeup. Is that the system?
Absolutely. You really need to have good skin before you start with the colors.
Yeah,
And it just makes more sense to
yeah.
start that way. But there's 7 different systems now. When the company first started, there was only one system, and now we have 7 different systems to really customize what is going to be the right thing for each skin, because it does make a difference. We don't all have the same skin type.
No, we don't. And this is something that most women like style and fashion, that I'm all about, which is a combination of all those elements that I mentioned. We really are not, and especially now with the sun, Jeanette, because we see so many beautiful women who have not aged gracefully because they didn't take care of the skin, especially with the sun, which we all adore. We all love it. It feels so good. But if you're not taking the right precautions, and I know all about skincare and beauty and makeup, I don't do it anymore because I don't have the time. You can't do it unless you're going to do it artfully. But I worked as a freelance makeup artist in between things, and I really have a great appreciation for those in the beauty business. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to take a quick little reset, and I'm
Okay.
going to talk about something and put a picture up of someone that you know very well. And then I'm going to come back and we're going to talk more about the beauty business and the differences from when you started to what you're finding now. So keep that at the front of your mind, and I'll be back with you in just a second. Hold tight. Yes, indeed. All righty, my friends, beauty. Truth, love, and beauty. Well, doesn't everybody love that? Even those who maybe can't admit it. And I don't mean the traditional Americanized sense of beauty. I mean beauty that emanates from the heart and soul connected. That's what it's about. It's not all of this, but this is where most of us, because we've been so programmed and conditioned, that we're caught up in. But if you're not a member of my Leading Ladies, Leaving Legacies Facebook group, you need to go there. You need to be with us. Jeanette and many other women are there, and we're building this community, and we want you to come and join us because it's all about camaraderie, collaborating, no copy, comparing and competing, just getting to know each other and being as supportive as you can be. And once you're in the group, you have the ability to post on the days that are there for things that you're doing. So if you're not a member, please go and join. Just take a screenshot or a snapshot and go and join the group, Leading Ladies, Leading Legacies. And one of the things that I've discovered for myself that I'm sharing with you is human design. And I've titled my freebie for you, Designing You. It's just a tagline, but leadership at its highest vibration seeks those in service to others to investing in themselves, which is what all of the leading ladies who come here do. And we're asking you to go here and get this freebie. It's a great insight to what human design is all about. And then if you want to pursue it further, we hope that you will, because it'll give you so much data, especially if you still have question marks and concerns about anything that you're doing about your mission, your purpose, and your calling. It will give you much clarification. And then this other picture that I'm going to show you before I go back to our lovely guest tonight. This is a picture of Jeanette with Mary Kay. With Mary Kay. And it's a great picture. I wanted you to just put that up again. I want to show that picture again, Corel, because I love this picture. This picture is of Mary Kay. And this is a great picture that she did. And it shows Jeanette, Mary Kay, and another famous Mary Kay consultant. And then we'll go back now. Here, before we go further, Jeanette, let's talk about all the gifts and cards and awards that you won. The pink card, the pink rings, the pink tiara, the pink jewelry. Share with us a little bit about that. How did that all come about? Because that's really a big part of Mary Kay. Pink Cadillacs. Are they still doing that? I don't know.
They are still doing it. Several of my friends have pink Cadillacs. I have not gotten that yet. So there's always time. I did earn the use of 11 cars in 22 years. So it's just a matter of working hard and doing the, consistency. That was mainly the most important thing that we do, is work consistently.
Well, isn't that true for everything? When you were in the military, the business that you're building now with the team that you have, and any and everything that we do, it's all about that persistence and consistency. And sometimes that's very hard and difficult, especially when it's not moving the way you want to. But let me ask you, when it comes to the pink, other than the pink Cadillac, what other awards were you given contingent upon the business that you did for that season, that semester, that year, or whatever? Was it jewelry? I mean, share a little bit more about the gifts.
Well, I actually wear my first diamond ring I ever got. It's beautiful. And I earned, I think it was like 11 rings. And after a while, they say, you don't have enough fingers. Well, you wear them, rotate them out. So that's kind of fun. And I earned over 100 different prizes because we have the Star Consultant where you went per quarter. It's really too many to count I think the best part is just what you get out of the company versus the prizes. But women like to win prizes. And that was one of the things why Mary Kay started the business the way she did, because her first prize when she was in her own other business before she started Mary Kay was a flounder light. And she knew that wasn't going to cut it for women. She wanted to make sure we had the rings. And back when I came in, they actually gave fur coats, and that's not popular anymore. But 38 years ago when I started, that was kind of popular.
You know what? You mentioned 11 rings. You won 11 rings thus far being in the Mary Kay beauty business. Well, that's an award, and that tops it. And then you're so right. When it comes to prizes and awards, all of us look for that in different ways. And when you say, she said whatever she won the first time around, I missed that. It wasn't cutting it for her. I get that, because we want things that are going to perk us up and give us that feeling of we've done something that's fantastic. You have been in this business for quite a while, and the beauty business continues to flourish. You mentioned when we started off, Jeanette, about teaching. How much teaching are you doing still today with the women that you're consulting with and the women that you're bringing into your business to build their own team? How much teaching is really involved in that, and how do you go about that?
Well, the greatest thing now, there's so many recordings and all the teachings all there. We have national sales directors that do a lot of our teaching. We have
Yes.
conferences that we go to. There's a spring conference, which is called Career Conference. We have seminar, and that's just the name that we call it, seminar. But it's this amazing 4 days where you get to really learn more about the company, you learn about the products, because the products obviously are changing with the times. So we always have training. You can't stop learning. That's the education is fantastic, and it all can be at the time that you want it to be. Like if you have children, you might watch some of the videos when your children are in bed. So it
Yes.
really is great that you can learn a lot from other people.
I love the way, and your response to that question, Jeanette, was so on point, because what I was thinking about when I asked you that is about online.
Mhm.
Almost any and everything that one needs today is online, and we can access it and do what we need to do with it. Yet, the majority of people still need that hands on, one on one. So, after they've done that online, whatever, it can happen there. And you mentioned seminars, and people like going to seminars and webinars and workshops and all of that because that's how you learn. But if you really want to invest in yourself and become more of a professional at what you're doing, that's what you have to do, is go to as many as possible and then get to the person who's giving them to give you more knowledge and more insight. Have you found that to be? Because I have. People know, and they get to the online and they do whatever they need to do and they get the information, but then something is missing that they need more of a hands-on. Have you found that in the beauty business with makeup and teaching and all of that and skincare?
Yes, absolutely. But the great thing, we actually have an app that you can just look at your face and they'll tell you what you need to wear. And so, but yes, having the person is very essential. And, having Zoom is big because it's just like you're right there, right in front of them. So it really makes a big difference.
It does make a big difference. And you mentioned like having that Zoom and being there, because that's because the pandemic really brought Zoom into the picture more so here in the past 3 years or so. And it still continues to be popular because people found out how powerful it could be.
Mhm.
But when it comes to makeup, what would you say is one of the biggest mistakes? And I know the answer to this, that women make when it comes to makeup, because I used to wear gobs of it. I love
Mhm.
it. I still do, but it
Mhm.
takes time to artfully apply it. What do you find might be the most exaggerated aspect of wearing makeup that women make today?
I It's hard to say. I almost want to say it's the opposite, because it doesn't take. It's really, we have like these sample cards that actually show you 1, 2, and 3 where to put it.
Mhm.
So I think really, I've never really had a problem with women wearing too much makeup. As long as we show them where to put it, it just makes a big difference. But it's a simplified process that I used to take a long time to do my makeup, but after you do it for as long as I can get ready in about 10 minutes. So, and that's what we can teach other people to do, because it doesn't, it's just an easy process.
Well, I like that response too. You know why? Because today nobody has time for anything. I mean, if it's not boom, 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 everybody's gone, because that time factor is important. And I like what you said, you can show people in your app how to apply.
Mhm,
Because when I asked you that question, even today with the apps and all of that that you're offering, which is great, it still becomes where it's overdone
mhm,
or under,
mhm,
contingent upon the
mhm.
lifestyle of the person, the eyes and the lips,
Right.
the coloration and the lips and so on. And I find that this is something that, for whatever reason, because people like new and they want to
Mhm,
try whatever's popular, but you got to know you ought to know your color
mhm.
palette and what works for you. Because even though it's popular and it's out there, it might not be the best thing for you. Have you found that though, when you work with people, that maybe they want to wear a nude lipstick and nude lipstick does nothing for them whatsoever? They say,
Yes,
how do you
but
gingerly tell them, "Ooh, that's a great shade and it's current now, but I don't think that's the right one for you"? How do you do that?
those are almost the exact words, because you wanna praise them to success, kinda sandwich that in and say, "Well, I know that you like this and that looks great, and you might wanna try this," and then layer it again. So we call it the sandwich.
I love that, and that's a new
Mhm,
terminology for me, and let me tell you why, because most times for us women, and we love pretty beautiful new things. We just do, and we want to be in, and we want to be trendy. But oftentimes we go for things that really don't apply to us in every way, but because it's trendy and popular. And when it comes to makeup and skincare, more makeup than skincare, it's hard sometimes to do that. So how you address that and answer that is so spot on. What I have to say this though, you brought us something here that I want to talk a little bit about as a free gift, as a complimentary gift to the people who are tuning in and will be tuning in. What is it that you want to share with us as parting words, and what you want to share and give to those who come now and for the replay for what we're doing?
Well, it's a product that we talked about before, the satin hands. So they get, with any size order, they get the travel size satin hands, because everyone is washing their hands, and this will help them so much to have a product that won't dry out their skin, because we don't want chapped hands at all. And the secret is you can also put this on your feet, and especially in the summer, it's really great to have good looking feet too. So it's a satin hand set.
I love that. And Jeanette, it's so true that everybody, I hope, take a screenshot, guys, or a snapshot of that poster and connect with Jeanette in this way. Take a screenshot or a snapshot, and then you'll have a video as well to view later, because it'll be everywhere. But you mentioned that word travel, Jeanette, and we are in the merry, merry, merry holiday season all over the world in different ways, but it's still the celebration of one's faith and belief, whatever that might be. So to have that travel size as a little gift and a freebie, I think that's great, because I'm traveling a lot more now too in business. So that means a lot. And that's really great. The beauty business, it never ends. It's not going anywhere. It changes as everything does. And you're in it and loving it. Tell us what you want to leave us with. What food for thought, what takeaway, what is it that you want to share with us other than your complimentary freebie and your giveaway? What words of wisdom when it comes to beauty and skincare and looking after ourselves do you want to leave us with? The stage is yours.
It's important to know that a little bit goes a long way, and that is in everything that we do. So take a little dip in the water and see if this might be an exciting opportunity for you. You have no idea unless you look at it and give it a try, because everything that we do, like a product, is 100% guaranteed. We will back it 100% at any time. So you don't hear that with other products. Usually have like a 30-day, but we'll just back it as long as we need to. So that's one thing with the product. And also the opportunity with, Christmas right around the corner. Women need to have a little extra cash in their hands. So I would love to be able to share the opportunity and let you know how it would help you in your life and what we can do to help make a difference. And this has really just been so much fun to be with Joy. I feel a sense of joy in my heart, and I'm very grateful that you would invite me to share in this opportunity.
Jeanette, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure. We have a guest here. Sonia says there's a nude for all skin tones. That's a controversial subject for me, but I'm going to leave it at that. She's here, and welcome, my lady. Anyway, thank you, Jeanette. I send you much love. The honor has been completely mine. I love the business that you're in. We're going to put you in the green room, and I'll be with you in just a second. Thank you.
All right, great. Thank you.
You are most welcome. My friends, I have to tell you that the beauty business is a business and the fashion business, the entertainment business, these are three, and they're all interconnected, that I have always loved from a wee teeny little tot. And I'm honored to meet and greet any lady who comes here to share whatever she is about and what she's doing, and to share her with you. I have to tell you that when it comes to, again, truth, love, and beauty, it's under every umbrella. It's connected to everything. And Jeanette is leaving you with a beautiful little free complimentary travel gift. And it would behoove you not to partake of it. Time flies here. It's almost over. But what can I say to you? What I say each and every week with heart and soul connected. I'm sending you much, much, much love. From my heart to your heart. Do embrace it. And be and stay well. And I look forward to seeing you again, like soon. How about next week? Until then, much, much love and all the best. So long for now. Cheers.